most valuable bit of wisdom you can carry into a monogamy of your own decision and your own frame is to understand this sexual pluralism in women. Accept hypergamy as a woman's operative state at all times. The most common words you hear newly divorced men utter is some version of, "I never saw this coming in my wildest imagination. We were married for 20 years. We have 4 kids. How could she be over me so quickly?" A lack of understanding the basics of hypergamy is exactly why men are blindsided. Hypergamy doesn't care. Hypergamy doesn't care how great a father you are to your kids. Hypergamy doesn't care how you rearranged your college majors and career choice in life to better accommodate her. Hypergamy doesn't care how inspired or fulfilled you feel as a stay-at-home dad. Hypergamy doesn't care that you moved across 4 states to accommodate your long-distance relationship. Hypergamy doesn't care how supportive you've always been of her decisions or if you identify as a male feminist. Hypergamy doesn't care about the sincerity of your religious convictions or aspirations of high purpose. Hypergamy doesn't care about those words you said at your wedding. Hypergamy doesn't care about how you funded her going back to college to find a more rewarding career. Hypergamy doesn't care how great a guy you are for adopting the children she had with other men. Hypergamy doesn't care about your divine and forgiving nature in excusing her youthful indiscretions. Hypergamy doesn't care about your magnanimity in assuming responsibility for her student loans and credit card debt after you're married. Hypergamy doesn't care if he was your best friend. Hypergamy doesn't care about the coffee in bed you bring her or how great a cook you are. Hypergamy doesn't care about all those chick flicks you sat through with her and claim to like. Hypergamy doesn't care about how well you do your part of the household chores. Hypergamy doesn't care about how much her family or friends like you. Hypergamy doesn't care if you think you're a good guy or about how convincing your argument is for your sense of honor. Hypergamy doesn't care whether the children are biologically yours or not. Hypergamy doesn't care if she was drunk, he was cute, and one thing led to another. Hypergamy doesn't care how sweet, funny, or intellectual you are. Hypergamy doesn't care if you never saw it coming. Hypergamy doesn't care if you're bitter